Hello, how are you? My name is Anthony Gray of Grayscale Painting. I'm going to do something a little different today. I'm going to explain a little bit about perspective. Okay, this can be applied to acrylic painting, oil painting, watercolor, whatever, pen and ink, you know. Okay, it's just one of those things that it's good to know. All right, in case you would like to expand your horizons and maybe paint something a little different, like a cityscape, buildings, houses, or whatnot, you're going to need to know perspective. All right. Okay. Now, still 11 by 15 inch watercolor paper, and you see 3 pieces of tape here. All right. Now, there's 3 types of perspective. Okay. You have your 1-point perspective, you have your 2-point perspective, and then you have your 3-point perspective. I'm gonna show you 3-point perspective here. All right, I'm gonna include, it includes everything else. All right, but there's certain rules that apply to it. On some of my earlier YouTube videos, if you look on the one-on-one section, it also explains about perspective. Okay, the 3-point perspective can be a little challenging. You definitely would have to know the first and the second point perspective, which is not very difficult at all. All right, I do have a 16-inch clear ruler here. All right, I won't need any more than this. Okay, first and foremost, you always have to know where your horizon line is going to be, or your eye level line, whether it be lower or higher. Where you see the 2 pieces of tape here with the black dots, that's where our horizon line going to be. I'm going to do it a little dark so you guys can see it here. Okay, and so I'll just put it right across the paper like so. All right, so hopefully you guys should be able to see that line pretty well. All right, now that's your eye level. That's where your eye is going to meet. Okay, you follow me? This is, you know, that's where your eye line, your eye level is. If you were standing somewhere, this is where you would look. All right, now for 3-point perspective, okay, especially for like buildings or anything, any kind of structure, you got a worm's eye view, which is like you're looking up at it from the bottom, or a bird's eye view, in which you're essentially, like the word says, your bird looking down at something. Okay, so you got a worm's eye view low, bird's eye view high. All right, we're pretty much at a worm's eye view for this one. Okay, now I also want you to keep in mind that the perspective points are off the paper. Okay, why is it off the paper? Well, if you start to put your vanishing points on the paper, anywhere near the paper, and you try to draw large, it's going to look really compacted and distorted. So the further you have your vanishing points off the paper, the more natural it's going to look. Okay, so you keep everything in scale. Now, if you're working on a painting that's like 36 by 24 or something like that, depending on your subject, you can put the horizon line on that, or you're going to use a yardstick of some sort to get your perspective points. So, just like that. Like I said, I'll keep it pretty dark. That's a whole lot better. So hopefully you can see that. That's going to be the one corner of a building. Okay, but watch how I do this. All right, now got your right and your left. Okay, now remember, this is the corner of the building. So you got the right and the left side of a building. Okay, now watch what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to take the bottom edge here, and I'll just put it right here. Okay, just like that. Put a little dot there. You're going to get it level with the eye line, and a very light line just for a guide. You know why? Because you want to keep the same distance on the other side. You got me? Now, we're on the left side. Go back from that corner. We're on the left side of the building here. Okay. And you're going to put it right there. Now, both sides are equal. Okay. You kind of see where this is headed because it's so high. Now, that's a lot better. Now, I can actually bring it up somewhere a little bit higher. We'll bring it right about here. Okay. I'll go across. Make them even, very light line, and you're going to do the same thing on the other side. You're going to meet it right there. Get my finger out the way, but right about there. Okay. Now, hopefully you can see that. If you can't see that, I'll put it in the black marker. Now, you see this on the right? We'll put it right about here, right there. All right. Right there. And you're going to meet the other one right here. It's going to come a little bit below, but that's fine, just like that. Okay. Now, if you can't see that, I'm going to put it in thick black marker, and I'm just going to match up the lines here. Simple rectangle in perspective, and basically all I got to do is trace over the lines here, because the perspective has already been placed for us. And all you're doing is meeting the points. It takes a little getting used to, but it's not as difficult as you would think, because all you're doing is matching dots now. And then we'll do the center line. Now, I know you can see this quite well. Okay, now, if you look at that, that is a worm's eye view of a building. Okay, perspective lines, everything is there, and here's your horizon line right here. That's where your eye is going to meet, so it sells the illusion of that building being that. Okay, let's go back to our pencil. Let's say these bottom lines could be a sidewalk or whatnot. Okay, so we'll just put another line here going across like that. You're just matching up the lines here. One going this way. Okay, so it looks like an X, right? Fine. Now, from this side, you're gonna match it up. Okay. This is like a little sidewalk or whatever. You can continue this straight down so you know where the middle point is. Go to your middle point. There you go. So you got like a little sidewalk of sorts. Just get rid of this on the side here. So you got a little sidewalk for your little building here. Everything matches up with points. Okay. But there you got a little sidewalk. All right. Now, obviously you cannot see that. Therefore, I'll sketch it out with the black marker. Because it's like I say, it's just a sidewalk. So we'll go this way, and we'll continue that line, just like that. And we'll continue. The line is already drawn, so you're just matching up your lines to it. I'll put it right here. Like, I'll give this a little space here, because it's going to meet before the edge of the paper, and I don't want it to do that. But essentially, like that. All right. Okay. Now, watch this. I'm going to show you something, how easy you can get depth and perception from something like this. Okay, let's make a building that's a little bit taller than this one. Okay, you're going to come on the opposite side. What you're going to do is sketch this part of the building behind this. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give it a little space here. Just a little space. I'll just do it with a marker. It's easier and quicker. There. what I just did is make this corner right here. All right. Okay. We're going to make this building. Let's get the tip out of my mouth. We're going to make this building a wee bit taller. You see, remember this up here? This is where you're going to match things right here. What I'm going to sketch now is this corner, but on this building. Okay. Now watch what happens. Ready? Go straight up. Let's stop right here for a second. All right. You know why? Let's make it a little interesting. Let's give it a little divot. Let's go inward for a second. Just like this. Something like that. Now we're going to continue it upward. Make it a little taller, like that. That high. That high is fine. All right. Now remember, we are sketching this part of the building right here. All right. You see the bottom right here? Just make sure these touch here. All right. Okay. You see that point? Everything on this side of the building goes toward that point. So we're going to take that, give it a nice little line sketch right there. Up here, up top, we're going to go not past that center line. We're going to bring it right about here. Okay. Now we're going to go back up here. Very simple to do. You'll see this start to come together in a second. Just like that. You meet it. All right. Now this building, because this horizon line is so close to us, all right, because even for this painting, this picture, I don't have it far enough. Okay, but here it is right there. And we're going to come downward, like so. Just like that, go right past the tape there. But now you can kind of see what it's looking like. Okay. Pretty cool. All right. Let's make one a little bit shorter right here. So now we're going to go to the right of the dot. We're going to put it pretty close right here. So everything's matching points and dots. That little corner right there goes towards that dot. Remember, this building is going to be a little shorter than the other two. Okay. It just gives some sense of space and depth and all that fun stuff. So we're going to put it right there. Okay. But you see how everything's kind of going this way? All right. So this is an extreme example, even on this size paper, where everything goes to the point on the left. We'll just have it come past the tape there. Nice wider building there. Go past the tape. That point goes here. Right here. Just like that. So now you have another one. See how easy you can do a cityscape? All right. Even on this size paper, my vanishing points are still too close, but that's fine. This is just an example to show you how easy you can get something like this done. Now, we're going to make an even taller building. Okay. Now, this is going to establish aerial perspective and depth even within these boxes of rectangles. All right, so let's take this one here. We'll go right here. We'll put a center one right about here. We're gonna make this one a little taller. He's in the background back there, so just like that. He's back there. All right, now we're going back to that horizon line again on the right hand side. Now watch this. Put a smaller one right there. He's way in the air. I think you guys can see what I'm doing here. Okay. This one, like that. Let's mess with this one for a second. Let's go downward with it. Watch this. Go down, stop. Go back to your horizon line on the left-hand side. Give him a little angle there. Just like that. We'll just make it go up right off the top there. We're going to come to this side. And we're going to go straight down with it. Just like so. There. You see that? Okay. Not difficult at all. We're going to put another one there. I think we can do another one to kind of fill up that area. So I'm looking to where could I place this guy? Yep, way off the edge here. And I'll make him right about here. Come straight down. Okay, that's the center, that's the corner of the building. Okay, now because this building is at such an odd angle, we'll concentrate more on this side here. Watch what I'm going to do though. Watch this. And we're going to stop. And we're going to continue that. This one comes right off the page. He's so tall. Okay, all this is just simple depth and perception. Okay, now because of his extreme angle, you might not even see the side. See? But that's fine. You can continue giving that impression by just putting one, matching it right about here for this fella. He's a big one. You still have to establish another side of that building. Okay, even though he's very tall, we'll put him. He's a big one, like almost like the bottom of the Empire State Building or something. We'll put it right here and have him go straight up, like so. All right, just like that. And that's how you do your perspective. Okay, this is 3-point perspective. 1, 2, and 3. All right. So let's zoom it in just a tad. You guys can see what it looks like a little closer, and you can kind of get the idea there. All right. Let's raise it up a little bit. Let's put a road in here. We'll we'll just put a street, like a little street. Before I do that, because I want to make this as accurate as possible, since I'm taking the time to show you. Right here, the center line, we're going to continue that center line straight down. There's a reason for this. Because you still, even though it's an extreme angle, you still want everything in its proper perspective. Okay. So, I'll do a line right here. Now, right now, this is just a guideline. I'm gonna do another one right about here. I'll make it large enough so you guys can see it, just like this. Okay. We're gonna continue that line across. We're gonna meet the top line and go to everything goes towards that dot. Okay. This is just a guideline. You'll see in a second what I'm actually gonna do with this. All right. Okay. Using a smaller marker. Everything's in perspective. When it gets closer to you, the lines are longer. And I don't think this one's going to work either. Nope. Okay, that one doesn't work. Okay, we're going to use a thinner Sharpie. I know this one works. There we go. Okay, so we'll establish that line. Then we're going to establish the line a little bit shorter, 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 like that. All right. So you see what we got here. Let's go to the other side. Go right from the back here. And you're going to match the points going in the opposite direction, meeting the other pencil line. It can be time consuming. It depends on how much detail you want. But like I said, I'm doing this just as an example to show you how perspective can help you out. Now, just because I'm doing it this way don't mean it can't be painted. You would just do a lot of masking. It depends on how you want to do your painting. Okay. And I might play around with this a little bit later, just to continue it as a painting. I used to do a lot of this I used to do a lot of this. Now let me show you something else. Okay, now this is all depending on how exact you would like to be. You can match these up, same space, same distance, but on the other side. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. You see this side here? Okay, how we got it lined up here? You're going to do the same thing, but over here. One side will be longer than the other, but they are perfectly even. They are evenly, they're equal. Okay, that one there. All right, so here we go. Right here, point, meet it at the point right there. And here's the other one right here. And then you barely see that one at the corner. I'll just do it on the tape so you guys can see. You just continue that movement. And you're just matching points right here. Match the points. Match the points. Okay, this one here you wouldn't see because it's on the tape. All right, now you're gonna come to this side and you're gonna match. Once again, you're gonna match your points because everything's still in its perspective. And what I did a mistake there. I made them too even, but that's my fault. But I will correct it. You'll see what I'm talking about in a second of what I did. This is a simple rookie mistake. It's been a while since I did these, but it's okay. You'll see everything will still line up. Everything will still line up. Just like that. Match the points, match the points, match the points, match the points, match the points. This one goes off the tape. Match the points. All right. And I just have to extend this one so it's all in perfect perspective. So there you go. That's basically what I was talking about there. You know, for the road. If you want to continue the road, like, you know, put a sidewalk there, you just continue it. It gets, you know, obviously it gets a little larger, but the sidewalk would be here. Now, since it's closer, and that is the sidewalk, I can go here on the opposite side and just put, you know, the separations of the cement, just like this. All right, stuff like that. So that's like the other corner. You can pretty much do the same thing here, just a piece of it, like right here on the corner, right here, boom, like that. And you can go on the other side and just match right there, just like so. All right, now let's pull back. Look at this. We'll pull back a little bit, and there you have it. All right, and like I say, you can actually even use this as a nice little painting or whatnot. Just have to mask your buildings, mask whatever you want to mask, because there's the sky right here, and then you got your buildings here. Okay, now you can get into color values, you know, because you know one side is darker than the other, so you're always going to have a lit half and a dark half. All right, obviously if a building's behind another one, you got shadow. Okay, even part shadow here, part shadow. Everything's in its proper plane and proper perspective. Okay, now when it comes to doing windows and things like that, all right, the same thing applies. Now remember that you have a reduced smaller part up here. Okay, so your window placement would have to be kind of pre-planned. And what I would do to prevent anything from being too wonky looking, all right, let's do the one right here in the front. All right, I'll do it in pencil here. If you want windows, depending on how many windows, up to you. Okay, I'll put one here, one here, one here. I'll make it even 4 windows right there. Now remember how they're spaced up here. It might look tiny here, but what happens when you go here and you continue it down? Now in pencil, you can just make guidelines and have your windows shaped any way you want to. You make them long rectangles like you see me doing here if you would like, but keep the spaces true. Okay. It can be, like I say, pretty time consuming, but it all depends. I mean, if you really enjoy it, the more you do them, the quicker you become. That will happen naturally. All right. And this fella is right here. And go all the way down like that. Okay. Just like so. And we'll have it, the bottom of the windows be, I would think maybe, this would be about right here is fine. So we'll just put a little guideline right there. And you just erase this. I'll erase only a couple of them. Two of them can be like little doors or whatnot of the building. So we'll put the doors right about one here and one here, just like that. All right. Now, this might be a little light and you cannot see it. Okay. I'm going to continue on the other side. And to make them even, you just continue that line, right? Come over here, match that pencil line up, and you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and you continue the same way up here. Now, once you put them in pencil and you place your guidelines there, whatever shape you want your windows is entirely up to you. So we got one here. Just match the vanishing point, and from that vanishing point, you just keep it moving. We got one more. Right here. And right here. So we can actually save this poor thing. I had to adjust all of them. And it was when I shifted everything over. And then we got the final one here. See, it's an easy adjustment. Like that. Turn her around and we'll bring it that way. Get rid of that on the bottom there. So I can easily straighten that out. And we're going to meet the other side. Got doors and whatnot on the other side too. So we're going to meet the bottom window frame here. Now, this guy here, so you put doors on the other side. No problem. We'll put the doors, one here and one here. So that's fine right there. Just erase all this stuff here. Now we got our door height, our window height. Everything's right there. Get rid of that guideline there. Now I'm gonna fill this in with black marker, and you'll get to see exactly what it will look like with windows in it. We'll keep the windows rectangular for right now, just because it just speeds up the process. And right now you're just matching lines. You've already did your perspective, so you don't have to remeasure. Make sure you have a pretty nice grip on your ruler too, because it slides over, which is what it's doing with me. But that's because I'm doing this at a vertical angle here, there. So let's zoom in a little bit so you guys can see it a little bit better. There you go. So you start to see how it's looking here. You can do the same thing on the other side here. It can be confusing when you see a bunch of lines kind of close together, which is windows and which is the space. It can be a little confusing if you're not accustomed to it. Just when you do them, make sure you're not too distracted. Okay, because I've done it myself, where you do a line, then you're distracted, and then you end up putting the other line here, and it looks, kind of wonky there. But everything can be corrected and fixed at any stage. Okay, But right now I'm just matching the windows like so. When it comes to painting these things, all right, the more you do to your windows and buildings and whatnot, the more masking you're going to be doing, more color mixing, stuff like that. But if you're into this type of thing, okay, you won't be aware of the time that goes by, because you can easily spend 2-3 hours on doing something different, and it doesn't even appear to be that way, because you're having a lot of fun doing this, and you get to see how your painting in your picture comes together doing this. All right, and once again, this is a worm's eye view perspective. Okay, for the sake of time, and plus I've been, even though I haven't done it in a while, I've been doing it a while, if that makes any sense. I'll just freehand the windows here. Just like that. And it just goes quicker when I do it this way. We're not really doing an architectural drawing, but back in the day, this is how they did it by hand, but they would be extremely precise. Okay. But yeah. But there you go. That's building number one. You can do the same thing with different types of windows and whatnot. Always good to sketch them out. We'll do one real quick here on the side here. I'll do like the separate window thing. So we'll put one here. We'll put one here. And this one goes off the grid there. Okay. Now you got to be pretty comfortable to do something like this. Let's go over here, up here. Okay. So it's up to you how many windows you want. Okay. So every one of these have like a 90-degree angle. Okay, when you're doing corners. I'll put one more little right there, like that. Okay. Now that I did that part, right? We're gonna zoom in for a second, because you guys know where the perspective lines are. Okay, we're gonna zoom in on this fella right here. We'll raise it up. Okay, so that should be technically close enough. All your angles are going towards the dot. Let's move this over. You can see the dot. Everything goes towards that dot. Okay. So once again, just a guide with the pencil mark. Just a guide. And you can go pretty briskly, because everything kind of matches towards that dot there. All right. There's no way you can get this wrong. Your perspective, everything will be right there. So even at an exaggerated angle like I have here, everything is still in its proper perspective, no matter how exaggerated the angles are. Now I want to show you something here. I'll show you right now. As you see, I'm just extending this right towards the building's corner line here. This is where you get to match the other side of the windows. Even though you're only going to see a little bit of it, that's fine. I'm going a little bit past, just to give you a general idea of where your pencil line will connect. Then we're going on the other side over there, matching up that dot on the other side, right? And we can put it right here. Okay. Remember, this is all guide. We're gonna come up here, 90-degree angle again, going straight down, because it's only a guide. I don't need to do any more than that. The guide is already there. Bottom of the window, bottom of the window, bottom of the window. Top, bottom, top, and bottom. Just like that. Let's put one right here too. Right there. And right there. Okay, we got all of them. I don't have to add anything to that side. Matter of fact, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that side first. Watch. Just line it up like so. Watch this. Right there. Right there. Right there. Right there. Right there. And one right there. Okay. And then you're gonna match that dot. Very quick. Just like so. Match the dots. Very important. Like so. Each and every one. So hopefully you don't zip past this. Like I say, if you want to do stuff like this, up to you. It is time consuming, but if you're having a good time, you will be so surprised at how fast time will go by doing this. All right. Now, if you want to mask this thing and actually paint it, get yourself, invest in some some 2-inch white tape and a good X-Acto knife. You'll be doing a whole lot of masking. Okay. I'm just going to do the windows here on the other side. I'm just matching up pencil lines right now. And I'm going to do the same thing over here on the other side. Just match them right up. If you're left or right-handed, it doesn't matter. Like so. I'm going to do it again. Make sure you match that dot up there. Okay, because you'll know if it's off. Okay. Now, you notice the time it's taking me just to do the example. So imagine if you're doing this for a client, how much time it would take. Okay, and once again, right here, you're just matching up. You're matching up points, matching up lines here. Okay. Yes, some of it is on the tape itself, and it won't matter, but you draw through that. Okay, keep the flow going, basically. All right, that's all. Keep the flow going. Now, because I'm doing this with a marker and a waterproof marker, permanent marker, this will be a certain type of painting. Won't be quote unquote realistic because of the heavy black lines. All right, but it's okay. Like I say, this is just an example to show you. This is like I say, 3-point perspective. All right, and we got one right here. Match it right up, just like so. Okay. So let's pan back a little bit. You see how everything starts to take shape here? Okay. And you can do all sorts of varied things with it. Sometimes you can even get away with not having actual windows. Sometimes you see buildings with just those gray, the shapes of, something like this. Let's go here and bring it straight down like that. Boom. You can move it just a little bit. And you do another one. Go straight down like that. All right. We'll move it a little bit. We're keeping with that point up top. That's all I'm doing. And you can pretty much do it by eye once you get accustomed to it. All right. Just try to keep your spaces fairly even up top there. I'm getting pretty close to that edge there, but that's all right. One more there, like that. Look at that. See how everything starts to fill in? Okay. You got a lot of line activity happening here. You follow me? All right. We're going to continue that on this side. And we're going to kind of move that over a little bit. And we're just going to continue that line straight down. Going in the opposite direction. And this is the side that's actually closer to us, so the lines can be a little larger. You follow me? Okay. Now, you still got this side here. You just continue it on. Just like so. Match up that line, and you just keep it going. Like that. All right, let's pan back a little bit more. Starting to look like a little city block now. Okay, see that? It's not as difficult as you would think. It's just you matching up the lines, matching up the points. Okay, and since I'm doing this, I might as well just continue it and finish it off. I don't like really doing half-done stuff, so I might as well just keep on with it. But here at the point to the left side here. Okay, if you want to vary your buildings windows, please do so. All right, and we'll do one here and one here. just like that. And we'll come here up top, and we'll just right here, and then one right here. All right, so I stopped here. So I'm gonna go over here on the other side, and we're gonna just a guide. Continue that right there, give it a little space, and continue on right there. You're gonna have a set of 4 windows here. Okay, so we're just gonna continue that guide straight down and straight down like that. So we have a set of 4. All right. I'm using water. It's a Sharpie marker, so you guys are very familiar with Sharpies. So you know you have to seal them up. They're alcohol-based waterproof markers. You can obviously paint over them. They're not going to smudge and smear and all of that. And this is all I'm doing is just matching up the windows here. I don't have to use the guidelines because the guide's already there in your pencils. You follow me? Just like so. Very simple. Then you can add window reflections and all of that fun stuff. Make sure you match up your points though. Make sure you match up your points. This one I didn't do on the other side, so I'll match that corner up pretty good, and boom, just like that. Don't have to do this stuff, because if you do, you can tell when you screw up. All right, just being honest. Okay, 2 on this side, right? 1 right here, give it a little space, 1 right here. There you go. Okay, now let me show you something, especially when it comes to corners. Right about there. Right about there. We can do an imaginary one. The bottom would be right about there, okay? So you're matching right here on the right hand side. Remember the extreme angle here. So just remember that. You got an extreme angle. All right. We got one right here. Remember it's at that crazy angle. Okay. And we'll space the other set right here. All right. And we're going to take the 2 centers lines, go straight down, just a guide, move it over, another guide, okay, move it over, another guide for the corner edge of the building there. All right, so this is what we have. We have 1, hold on a second, make sure you get all your lines. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Got that little divot there. Okay, so we're going to just continue with the second grouping. Remember, as you come further down, the windows get larger because they're coming closer to your eye line. All right, you follow me? So that's how this batch, we're going to just do this batch right here. Then we'll continue with the ones on the side. All right. I could have taken the other route and did like a high speed thing, but you're not going to really learn much if you do it on the high speed. Well, now I need to show you the time it takes, the time it's involved in doing something like this. But trust me, when you get it and you get it right, you will not be disappointed, and neither will anybody who will be shelling out a little money to hang it on their wall. Okay. Or even if you don't want to sell it, something for you to look at, put on your wall, sense of accomplishment. All right, we got 1 more. Remember, as you go further down, they get a little larger, a little larger, a little larger. All right, this one's right on the horizon line, just like that. And you just continue your line work. Remember, your pencil line, you guys are already here. So you're just matching up point to point. Okay, even if it crosses on the, if you use a tape border. Now, usually when you're doing stuff like this, you're usually doing it flat on the, on a table. But as you can see, I mean, wherever you're comfortable, you can do it anywhere. You know, wherever you feel kind of comfortable at. Okay. I'm holding my ruler a certain way too. I'll show you in a second. Okay, the way I'm holding my ruler, here's the edge of the ruler. Here's my first finger. I've got it like that. So it just keeps it still. Okay. And you add just a little bit of pressure. Okay. If you're a right-hander, do the same way. All right. Just obviously the opposite direction. All right. Okay. So we have this little space here. I can kind of be creative, because there's buildings of all shapes and sizes and all that. We'll just put it right here. Half, not really half, a little bit low, a little bit below this one, a little bit below that one. Okay. We used to little guidelines. Now this I can do pretty much freehand because it's the last building here, and you just pretty much kind of, well, just do it this way. You can pretty much eye the thing if you're comfortable enough to do it that way. All right. Just like this. Come here, and then you just kind of match that corner up like that. But look at what you have already. All right. On the other side, actually it would be higher. It would be right here. A little higher than that, like right up there. And we just continue it on from right here. And the same thing here. Okay, it would be approximately right there. Just like that. And you just match them together. Just like that. All right. All right. I guess we'll slap a little. I think we'll put the door. Actually, we'll put the door top. Right, nice long one right about there. Wherever you got a really crazy vantage point here. So the angles are a little extreme. All right, that's what she's looking like right now. Then of course you got the final building here. And that final building, let's do it this way. Because one, it's the sake of time. Okay, because we're getting pretty close to the end. Watch this. You can just a perspective lines, just like this. When you're up this high, they're a little close. All right, but each one is just a centimeter larger than the other guy. Okay, so it gets larger and larger the further you go down. You got me? Each one gets a little larger, just by a little bit. Not too much, because remember, you got plenty of these to do. So they start to spread themselves out a little bit. It's like that. Continue it on. Okay. A little dot right there. Keeps coming down. And you really get to see the grandeur of the buildings because of the line work, the line weight, the spacing of the lines. So these buildings are, you can see how monstrous they are. Okay. Just keep it going, keep it going. And you can see how big they are. And really, there you go. There you have it. This is a worm's eye view perspective on, bring it up there a little bit. Okay. Like I say, this can actually be painted. I would mask most of this picture, and after I mask it, I'll cut away from the sky, paint the sky. Then you start masking or cutting away different aspects of whatever building you want to do. Okay, I would do the inside ones first, take care of the inside, and then work my way out. Because of the amount of cutting, the windows and such, especially the ones with the windows, you would probably want to paint them all the same kind of color. Then you would add your tones for the light and dark half. It's not as complicated as you would think. Okay, then you do the road. It'd be a pretty cool looking painting. Okay, but that is bird's eye view. Okay, of a you know, a little cityscape. The perspective, even at this size, maybe it's 11 by 15, it's a little crunched in, but it gives a very interesting visual image. Okay, I needed to put the windows and such in to show you what it would actually look like, the scope of it, and you can still get a sense of the size, grandeur of them. They don't look like little toy houses or whatnot. Okay, you can actually see how tall somebody would be just by the doors. Okay, you know, stuff like that, and you can have a lot of fun with it. So I hope I was able to assist and help you. And remember about 3-point perspective. I have to bring the camera way out here so you guys can see that one way at the top there, right there. All right, okay. Everything meets here. All right, so all your angles meeting up there. Okay, and then for your left and right side of the building, there you go. All right. If I wanted to do a bird's eye view of a city, your horizon line would be higher. All right, and the tape on the top would be toward the bottom, so you're doing it in reverse, and it would be a bird's eye view, and you would be concentrating on the tops of the buildings, and they would really have to look 3D as you're going down, looking at the city. You know, very unique perspective. Okay, and like I say, I'm doing this with buildings. You can do this with people, animals, anything. All right, perspective covers everything. You can place whatever you need to place in that, believe it or not, in that square box. Okay, if you're doing painting a human being, a human figure, the head would be somewhere around here, smaller. But as you get towards the eye level, the parts that would be bigger would be the legs and obviously the feet, wherever they're placed. But everything would stay within that boxed area. And you can do whatever pose you want, but remember that the head will be smaller, the feet will be larger. It's just a dynamic shot looking up at a person or whatever. Okay, so that's the same concept of 3-point perspective, worm's eye view, can work for any object. Apples, bananas, whatever. Okay, rounded objects. All right, even rounded objects, even though they're round, they still have to meet at a point, even though they're rounded. Okay, that's getting kind of deep into it. So, but anyway, there you go. Nice little shot of it there. I hope that this helps you out, and love to hear your questions, your comments. If you like what you see, want to see more of it, you know, click the thumbs up button. More than free to share and subscribe, and I shall see you when I see you.